Yuga Labs' 12-fold project launched its first Bitcoin-based non-fungible token collection this week. It generated over 735.7 BTC. Successful buyers received one of 288 NFTs minted and inscribed onto Satoshis on the Bitcoin blockchain. Bids ranged from 2.2501 BTC to 7.1159 BTC. The 3D project was created by Michael Fig of Wenu and 10KTF and was inspired by the relationship between time, mathematics, and the blockchain. Many experts believe this new phenomenon in the crypto space is driving Bitcoin's price jump. This article provides an in-depth overview of Yuga Labs' 12-fold auction, which closed on Monday. The auction saw 3,246 bidders vying for 288 NFTs, which were minted on the Bitcoin blockchain and inscribed onto Satoshis. The auction generated a total of 735.7 BTC, or about $16.5 million. The highest accepted bid was 7.1159 BTC, while the lowest was 2.2501 BTC. Michael Fig, co-founder of NFT studio Wenu, was the artist behind the 3D project. Many experts have pointed to the new Ordinals protocol as a catalyst for Bitcoin's price jump. A hacker associated with the 2021 Uranium finance exploit has recently moved $3.35 million in Ether from a dormant wallet. It is one of many wallets linked to the hack. This continues a trend of hackers' wallets coming out of dormancy after extended periods of time. Examples include the Wormhole hacker's $155 million move in January and the Blockchain Bandit's $90 million move after a 6-year slumber. Despite calls for investigation, victims of the Uranium hack have reportedly been left out in the cold. This article provides an update on the April 2021 exploit of Uranium finance that resulted in $50 million being siphoned from the platform. It was highlighted by cybersecurity firms PeckShield and Certic that one of the wallets associated with the hacker has recently moved funds to a crypto mixer, Tornado Cash. This is only one of the wallets associated with the hacker, and other Ethereum wallets linked to the hacker have been active in the past few months. It is also worth noting that some users have raised questions about the hack being an inside job, as only a small number of team members knew of the security flaw prior to the launch. However, reports have gone cold and victims have received no answers. The recent ruling from Judge Torres in the Ripple lawsuit has been met with optimism from the XRP community and legal experts. They believe it may suggest that a summary judgment ruling is close and could be issued this month. This latest ruling from Judge Torres is a positive sign for the XRP community, as it suggests that the summary judgment ruling is likely to be issued soon. The optimism within the community is palpable, as investors consider the possibility that the Ripple lawsuit might soon come to a close. Moreover, the possibility of a settlement is also on the table, which could have a major impact on the XRP price. Peter Dundas partnered with DRESSX to create an art digital wearable of the first look from his first Paris Fashion Week show in 4 years. This See Now, Wear Now look was made available in the DRESSX app before the show, allowing guests to try it on virtually. The partnership also enabled Dundas to democratize the brand and reach new audiences with the look. Further expanding its Web3 presence, Dundas dropped POAP tokens to guests, which will afford access to exclusive additional content. This project was a family affair with the Dundas and DRESSX teams coming together to create a groundbreaking experience. This article provides an in-depth look at the collaboration between Peter Dundas and DRESSX for his first Paris Fashion Week show in 4 years. It highlights how the partnership is using technology to make the collection more accessible to a wider audience, with the first look being made available in digital format and being dropped on the DRESSX app just prior to the show. Furthermore, Dundas has also dropped his D24 collection in the form of 340 Pope tokens to guests who attended the show. The article also focuses on how Dundas has been heavily invested in the intersection of Web3 technologies and fashion since the start of the movement, and how this collaboration is just the beginning. Overall, this article captures the innovative way in which Peter Dundas and DRESSX have used technology to make fashion more accessible and engaging. Currently, the crypto market is in a challenging position. Exchanges face operational bottlenecks, Silvergate Bank has crypto-friendly issues, and optimism builds for Ethereum's Shanghai upgrade. Matrixport suggests traders use relative value trades as a strategy to navigate the market. They can do this by buying call options on Ether and financing them by selling calls on Bitcoin. These trades are based on the assumption that the spread between Ether and Bitcoin realized volatilities will bounce back up. The upgrade will bring more investor participation, potentially increasing the value of Ether. This article provides an in-depth analysis of the current state of cryptocurrency trading and suggests a strategy of using relative value trades to take advantage of market conditions. Matrixport's suggestion involves collecting a premium by selling a Bitcoin call option and using the same to fund the purchase of an Ether call option. The rationale behind this strategy is based on the assumption that the spread between the annualized 30-day realized or historical volatility of Ether and Bitcoin would bounce from the current unusually low level due to the upcoming Ethereum Shanghai upgrade and increased demand for options. The article also outlines the potential benefits of the upgrade, such as providing more investor participation and potentially increasing Ether price gain. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has taken legal action against Green United, a Utah-based crypto firm. They were selling $18 million worth of bogus crypto mining equipment and falsely claiming that it would provide a 40 to 50% monthly return on the green tokens. The SEC is seeking permanent injunctions, disgorgement and civil penalties against Green United and the two individuals. They are also accusing them of violating federal securities laws. The crypto community has argued that the SEC is overstepping its jurisdiction in issuing regulations pertaining to crypto assets. This article provides a comprehensive overview of the SEC's lawsuit against Green United and its implications for the crypto community. It is clear that the SEC believes the company violated federal securities laws and is seeking injunctions, disgorgement and civil penalties. The article also highlights the ongoing debate over the SEC's jurisdiction in issuing regulations pertaining to crypto assets, with Commissioner Hester Peirce raising questions about the SEC's authority to regulate custodians. All in all, it is clear that the SEC is continuing to increase its scrutiny of crypto assets and companies in the United States. The Keep Innovation in America Act has been introduced by House Financial Services Committee Chairman Patrick McHenry and New York Congressman Richie Torres. It is aiming to fix the crypto market's current regulatory faults. The act seeks to narrow the application of the term broker for tax purposes. It also seeks to limit the federal government's ability to define what constitutes a digital asset. This is seen as necessary to prevent the current overreach of regulators and to avoid pushing a dynamic industry out of the U.S. This article is a positive review of the Keep Innovation in America Act, which was recently introduced by House Financial Services Committee Chairman Patrick McHenry and New York Congressman Richie Torres. The act is designed to fix the current regulatory faults in the crypto market and limit the federal government's ability to define what constitutes a digital asset. The article also mentions the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act of 2021 and how it gave regulators broad powers to determine the rules of the crypto market, which the new act would limit. In conclusion, this article is a positive review of the Keep Innovation in America Act and its potential to help the crypto market.